So it is October 22nd, Friday, the morning that Clue 3 landed in my inbox. Yesterday was Thursday. I was editing my Vlogtober video, and then I also had to edit my regular podcast. So I was up late, a little later than normal. I posted on my Instagram the little, picture. Vlogtober's been, uploaded. So a friend, another podcaster, saw that I was still awake, and she was kind enough to message me and say, Tanya, I see that you're awake. Have you noticed or have you received Clue 3 from Stephen West? I was ready for bed. I was almost finished with my editing. I was ready for bed. But Mandy at Mouse's Makes was kind enough to make sure that I saw that I received Clue 3, and it was 3 a.m, and she saw that I was still awake. That is a true knitting pal. So I scurried on over to my inbox and saw, in my sleepy state, there it was, Clue 3 at 3:08 a.m. in my inbox. So I opened it and I printed it and I started watching the video. And there is Stephen West, this phenomenal instructor, telling me to choose my colors. I'm quite pleased with the color selection for this next section. And then he uses this B word. That's right, he said it. Sounded a lot like brioche. I've never done brioche. Brioche is scary to me. However, I told myself at the beginning of this mystery knit along, if he had it included, I was going to do it. I got a little more nervous this last fall when Stephen introduced us to his new French bulldog, who he named Brioche, and mentioned that Brioche might need his own shawlography. I got a little nervous at that point that he may be including brioche in this mystery knit along, and lo and behold, that's what I believe I heard in the instructions at 3 a.m. So I thought maybe I'll go to bed, and when I wake up, Mr. West will have thought more about it and changed his mind, and I'd get up and the clue would be doing something very different. That is not the case. So I'm up. Alex is up. I had already looked at the clue, so I didn't have to race in and open it and print it. It was already done from this morning. I am going to start working on the clue. I've got my coffee. I've been showered. I'm excited about this clue. I have watched his technique on brioche. It seems pretty straightforward. I'm hoping I'm able to keep my stitch count accurate. If I can start off the first 2 rows with an accurate stitch count, then I'll feel a little better. I just want to make sure I get to that because we're going up to over 400 stitches within 2 rows. So what do we have going on this week? This week, Friday, tonight, this evening, I am going to the knitting store that's doing the little powwow, 3 Loves in Nampa. And, that shop owner has just been so helpful. She's been so helpful. Every time I go in there, she is, she gives you the time. She gives you the attention. It doesn't matter how many people are in there. I know it's not special treatment for me. She does it for everybody. And it's just a wonderful feeling when you walk into that shop. So I am excited to go there this evening. Friday, that's my day. I'm going to work on the clue. Alex is home today. And yeah, tomorrow, Saturday, is family day. Sunday, daddy-daughter day. Hopefully Alex is feeling better this weekend on Sunday so they can actually have daddy-daughter day. And next week, Alex should be back at school, and I'm hoping things get back to normal. But we'll see. All right, you guys, if you are doing the mystery knit along, let me know. Are you doing the brioche, or are you doing the non-brioche option that Stephen West is offering? I would love to hear what folks are doing. Leave me a comment and let me know. All right, you guys, we'll see you in a bit. All right, so Corey made it home, and it is 4:45 on Friday night, so I am heading to Three Loves Yarn Store. The owner of the yarn shop is staying open a little extra late on Friday nights for the month of October. So those of us that are doing the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along are able to go over and sit and visit and chat about the new clue. And I would imagine, sorry if it got noisy, it's raining. It's so awful right now. And I'm trying to keep Cinder happy. She loves her head out the window. But it's noisy and it gets the inside of my car wet. So we're gonna go over there and enjoy the company. There's gonna be lots to chat about with the clue that just dropped. So it's clue 3, and by now you're watching this and you already know that it's brioche. It is brioche. Brioche is not just the cute little Frenchie that Stephen West got. Brioche is part of clue number 3 for the 2021 Mystery Knit Along. And I'm actually pretty excited about it. I did the first 2 rows, and like I said earlier, my big thing was I wanted to make sure before I started the brioche that I had the accurate stitch count. And he said you wanted 415 stitches, and I was at 417. I was kind of freaked out, but he said don't take back, don't stitch back, don't take it out, don't pick back, we're gonna fix it. And so I did find a way to fix it. I got my stitch count. It took me much longer than I would care to admit, but my stitch count was at 415 when I started my brioche, which I have started. So as I am heading to Three Loves Yarn Store, I am on my 2nd row of brioche. I will let you know how it goes. If I get a good opportunity, I'll turn the camera around so that you can see what I'm driving through to get there. Okay, so you guys enjoy the rest of the evening. I don't know that I will film much at the yarn shop, just because not everybody wants to be on camera. And like I've mentioned, not all the local folks know that I do a YouTube channel, and I'd rather not have to ask for permission. And so I just don't film them. So, okay, that's it. I'm gonna focus on the rainy, windy road, and I'm gonna get to the yarn store, and I'm gonna do some brioche. All right, you guys, we'll see you in a bit. Bye. Good morning. Bless you, Alex. Good morning. It is Monday. We are going to school, and Alex...
I'm not sick anymore.
Alex isn't sick anymore, so she's getting to go to school.
I am sick.
She's a little sneezy still. Hopefully they'll let her come into school. Maybe we'll get another week at home. So yeah, it's Monday. It's pretty rainy and cloudy. It's been like this all weekend since Friday when I was on my way to Three Loves. I definitely did not get as much knitting done as I wanted this weekend. I kind of feel like that just about every Monday morning. But I finished my brioche.
What
Brioche.
Brioche. What does that mean? Brioche.
Brioche.
What does that mean? Brioche.
With a B. Brioche.
What is brioche?
It's a technique of knitting.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I don't like knitting.
She doesn't like knitting. So yep, I finished my brioche section. I'm on row 4 of the crisscrosses. I'm hoping to have that done this evening. I've got a lot of other stuff I have to do today. So we'll see. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. Okay, so it's Monday and we had a great weekend. I didn't get as much knitting done as I would like. I did get through the brioche. I really thought I was going to be able to be done with section 11. However, I'm not done with section 11 because section 11 has been the first section that has been a true let's make Tanya curse section. Every other section of this shawl, getting into the rhythm of the row, getting into the rhythm of what that row repeat's going to be, it really has happened pretty quickly for me with each section. This particular section is driving me crazy. I just finished with the Zoom meeting with Caroline from Aria Bark's podcast. And even on there, I think I got 8 stitches done. And I was on for an hour and a half. It's driving me crazy. So if you've not gotten to section 11, this is where I'm struggling. So here, I'll show you. So this is the crisscross section. It's the last section for clue 3. And you are wrapping multiple times. See how in each stitch it's wrapped? Can you see it? Is it focusing? I'm hoping it's focusing. Okay, well, that's great, except when you're trying to slide the stitches up so that you can then drop them. They don't move. I cannot get them to slide. I am having to very delicately, so I don't break them, slide each one individually. This has been the bane of my existence for today. I have a feeling I will be lucky to call this done by Friday because I've enjoyed every bit of this with the exception of this. This is driving me crazy. The end result is lovely. I mean, this is what we're going for, right? And that's great and all, but whew, I'm struggling. It is 3 p.m. on Monday. I have to go pick Alex up from afternoon kindergarten at 3:30. And then I need to come back here, get her settled. We do a little bit of homework, get a snack, and then Corey gets home. I don't know if I'm going to have this done. I just don't know. I'm half tempted to see if I can just get them all dropped and then go back and crisscross them. I don't know what I'm going to do. At this point in time, I just want to get them all moving right here. That's where the hang up is. So we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck.
Is it a squeaky door?
Good morning. It is Thursday, the end of week 3 of the Shawlography, and I believe the 4th episode of Karma's a Stitch Vlogtober. I'm Tanya. I did not do much recording this week. It was a crazy, busy, distracting week in lots of different ways. Last weekend, I don't think we did a whole lot. I did go meet up at a friend's house and knit for a little while on Sunday. Corey and Alex enjoyed Daddy-Daughter Day. Monday, I got to participate in Aria Bark's Zoom meeting, which is great, and I enjoy visiting with everybody. Monday evening, I had my Zoom meeting that we would get together and during the month of October for Shawlography. I was asked if I would be continuing that, and I think I will be. And what else? Tuesday, a couple more Zoom meetings. Yesterday, I did some knitting. I did pull out my new ball winder this week. I was trying not to. I thought for sure if I pulled it out and I used it to wind yarn, I was going to cast on another project. Well, I pulled it out, I wound some yarn, and I did start another project this week. But that is basically because the clue this week from Shawlography I had finished way early, and I had the remainder of the week with free time, and I was asked by my dad to make him a hat. The only hat he has is the one he had living in California for 30 some years, and now he's in Alaska, and that nylon hat is not cutting it. So he asked me if I would make him a warmer hat, so I am in the midst of doing that. The clue this week for Shawlography was brioche. And I was convinced that if anybody was going to be able to teach me brioche, it was going to be Stephen West. If I could not learn this technique with that man's instruction, it just wasn't meant to learn it. So I did decide on the brioche option of this week's clue. And that actually was the easiest part for me. And what was so great was that Friday I did my setup row. I went to Three Loves Friday night, and I continued doing my brioche. I probably should have taken something else to work on Friday night because this was my first time doing brioche. It was my first row of brioche because I had done the setup rows at home, and I really needed to think more than I was able to do while sitting at the yarn store trying to enjoy everybody's company. So I ended up I did a whole row, and I went to go back the second row, and I could not figure out why my second row wasn't working. Well, it's because I had messed up the entire first row. So I spent my time at Three Loves Yarn Store tinking back a whole row of brioche, which I was kind of proud of myself that I was able to do it. I was able to follow my work and read my work and get all the way back to the beginning. And in that process, I was able to figure out where I had gone wrong. And so Saturday, I had my brioche on the go. I worked on that Saturday. I don't do much knitting on the weekends, you guys. And so the fact that I was able to have the brioche completed by Sunday morning was great. That was fantastic. I did not anticipate having that part done so quickly, but I had it done Sunday morning. Well, then the next section, you're wrapping your yarn around your needle 4 times with every stitch. And then you have to, that's what you're doing your first row of section 11 of shawlography. And that's easy. You just wrap it around. It's when you go back the other way that I had problems. And it's because, I'll pull it out. So when you wrap your yarn, obviously, you're taking up more space on your needles. 4 times more because you're wrapping it 4 times. And when you have it that tight, right here at the join where my cable meets my needle, you see how the size increases right there? For me to try to push these stitches over that, they weren't moving. They were not budging. And I was enjoying dropping those stitches because the second row you go back, you're dropping those 4 that you twisted on, and then you do another technique. And I was having fun with that. But having to fight with every single stitch to get it over that, and it just got locked up right there. Like, that's as far as I could get it. It wouldn't go any further. So what I ended up doing the rest of the day Sunday and Monday, finally finished on Tuesday, was going through and moving each one individually over that hump. And then once I got the whole needle full of stitches, then I would take one off and unwrap it, take another one off and unwrap it. And then I would just do it stitch by individual. And when I say individual stitch, I am moving individual stitches all the way down my needle. That was not enjoyable. But once I had them all unwound, I was able to go back and do the enjoyable part that actually makes the crisscrosses that he talks about in section 11. So I'm getting ready to show it. Here we go. So this was the end of clue 3, or clue 2, were these wings here. And then you had 2 setup rows, and then we did the brioche. I did brioche. Look at that. Woo. And then my crisscrosses all the way across. And that's it. This right here, from these eyelets to here, that was section 3. That was section 3. I had that done Tuesday morning. And then I had lots to go. I had lots I needed. I had lots of time, basically, to do other catch-up knitting. I mean, because when you look at this right here to this here, that was clue 2. All of that was clue 2. This was clue 3. So, one thing that Stephen West has said is that at different parts, and I know specifically he did say it for these short row wedges. I've been calling them wings. He said, do not substitute with another one of your colors because we don't want you to run out of yardage. He said that for in a few different places. Like, don't substitute, don't want you to run out of yardage for the end of your shawl. If you don't like the colors that are being called for, like these wings here, this is my D and my E. Okay, 2 rows of each, D and E. If I didn't like my D and E, he suggested, okay, well, you can switch it, but switch it for a 6th color. Don't use one of your other colors. Don't use A, B, C, or A, B, or C, because we don't want you to run out of yardage. So because he said that several times, it tells me we're going to be using a lot more of each color. And when you look, I mean, it's not like it's hollow inside. That's it. This is what I have left of each of my colors. Each one. 5 skeins, 5 colors. This is how much yardage we have left at the end of clue 3. Okay, so when he says, don't swap out your colors, we don't want you to run out of yardage, I have a lot of yardage left and only 1 clue, which makes me wonder, what is this going to be? What is clue 4 going to look like? And I know I'm not the only person wondering this. This is a very common thing being asked on different Facebook groups, different Zoom meetings I'm a part of. We're all like, holy smokes, clue 4. And the only thing I can come up with is that clue 4, we don't have to have done by next week because he's not dropping another clue, right? So is he just going to give us an insane amount of work for clue 4 for this shawl to be finished? I think that's a good possibility. That's my thought on it. We will know tomorrow morning. But for today, I will show you my completed shawl to this point. Okay. I'm okay with it. I think it looks a lot like a 70s lampshade. At this point, that's what I see. I see a 70s lampshade. But the 70s were a great era, so I guess I'll be okay with it. So at this point, for the rest of today, I am really grateful that I'm caught up because Alex's school has a trunk or treat tomorrow. And this weekend is Halloween. So I need to go get decorations. Last year we decorated Cinder as a spider, and I drive a Suburban, and so I opened up the back of the Suburban and put a bunch of cobwebs on the Suburban. And then Alex's class would come out, and all the parents are pulled into parking spots, but we're all backed in. So all of our trunks are lined up down this parking aisle. And the kids walk in and they get to take treats from each car, which was great fun. It was the first time I've ever done anything like that. I've never been huge on trick-or-treating or Halloween. But you don't want your kid to be the one kid that doesn't dress up, right? So yeah, we did that last year. Today, we've got to get Alex's costume. She wants to be a black cat. And I'm not sure what we're going to do for Cinder, but Cinder will be going with us. I will try maybe at the end of the day today to get some footage. I will be editing this throughout the day, but I'll try to get some final footage at the end of the day with final costumes. But this is the last full week of October. So this will be the end of my vlogging for October weekly. I will, however, make one final one, which will consist of the final clue that'll be released tomorrow, the 29th, and any progress that I make on it this weekend. And I'll put one last video together as kind of a wrap up for this Vlogtober. And I will probably put that out Sunday evening or Monday, depending. Sunday is Halloween, so it might be Monday. It's a good chance it'll be out on Monday. But yeah, you guys, other than that, I just got out of the shower. So for any of us that are parents, and that includes folks with fur babies, okay? This is not special for the two-legged kind of babies. I think this is pretty universal. Taking a shower was never a group activity before you became a parent. Going to the bathroom. There's no solitude in that activity anymore. And I almost feel like with what I'm getting ready to say, people with two-legged babies have it better off. Because I can drop Alex off at school and I can come home and take a really fantastic shower. It can be as long as I want. It can be as quiet as I want. And she's at school. Granted, Cinder is laying right outside the shower and I can see her tongue coming underneath the shower door trying to get water, because I can just see about that much of her tongue just trying to drink the shower water, which is gross. But that's what she does. And she just lays right outside the shower. Unlike Alex, who walks in, and if I'm in the shower, I want lights off, minimal lighting. I want the water as hot as it gets. And I want to stand there and I want to enjoy it. And with Alex, she comes in, flips on the lights. Mom, I need this. Mom, I need that. Mom, I need this. Half the time I forget to grab myself a towel. Because I'm just so frazzled about, okay, this is my chance to jump in the shower. And she finds me every time. And half the time she wants to get in with me, which is fine. She needs to bathe too. However, then I can't have the water as hot. Anyway, you get the drift. And I know with fur babies, you don't get to drop them off at school. You don't get to enjoy that. I'm pretty grateful that I get to drop her off and come home, because today I've been able to relax this morning and make myself some coffee. I haven't put makeup on yet, but that'll come. I'm going to a quilt store this afternoon with a lady from our knitting group, our local knitting group. Wow, that was tough to get out. I am going to a quilt store today with her to pick out some gift items that we need to get for folks. that we can't get at a knitting store. So we're having to step out of it and go to a quilting store. But it's going to be great. We're both really excited about it. And yeah, you guys, I think that's it for the talking portion. I will try to get some videos of costumes this afternoon and see how those turn out. And I will put out a final like wrap up video after Clue 4 gets dropped this weekend. So I hope everybody had a fantastic time. If you did the brioche, I hope it went smashingly for you. And if you did the lace pattern, the lace option was gorgeous. We had someone show it last night. Absolutely stunning. So you couldn't go wrong either way you went. But yeah, okay, you guys, I hope everybody's doing great and everyone's healthy and staying safe. And we will see you in a few days. All right, bye. Good morning. It is October 29th. We have got trunk or treat at Alex's school this morning.
Yes, and both. I'm a black cat.
Stephen West has dropped his 4th clue. I have been unable this morning between polishing black kitty nails and makeup and puppies. I have yet to be able to look at it. So I'm sure you can imagine what that's doing to me. But look at our masterpiece. Say good morning, YouTube knitters. Can you say good morning, YouTube knitters?
Hi, with my own bow tie. And don't laugh.
No laughing at the bow tie. She thought people might think she was a boy. So we are off to do that, and then I'm picking Anthony up, and we are going to look at Stephen West's 4th clue. So excited. I hope everybody's doing good. Everybody's ready for Halloween if that's something you're into. All right, we'll see you guys soon. So we finished trunk or treat at Alex's school this morning, and it was great. And I have inserted some photos and videos of that. I didn't bother washing my face because got to go to the second school this afternoon. But I wanted to make the video. We got clue 4 this morning. I'm finally home at 1:50 in the afternoon and able to print it off. And I've watched bits and pieces of the video, the YouTube video. Not too sure how I feel about this final section. Looking at the final piece, I do feel strongly that I will not keep my colors in the same order. I had the green as A, the brown as B, the coral pinky one was C, the yellow was D, and then the speckled variegated one was E. I do not want D and E next to each other. So I'm going to make sure that as I'm doing these stripes across, I'm going to make sure that those are not next to one another. The wings section definitely made me realize that I don't want those two colors together again. I will be dividing them, separating them for sure. I might just switch the coral and the yellow. So it'll go green, brown, yellow, coral, and then the variegated. Not too sure yet, but I am home. I've got about an hour and a half to knit before I get to go to Alex's second trick or treat at the school. At the second one, we're going to be walking the track. There's different stations around the track at the school, and the kids with each class get to trick or treat at each of the booths. So we will leave Cinder home for that one. But yeah, here we go. Clue 4, section 12. Let's go see what we got. Okay, bye. What a week. So, since the last little update that I gave you, which was Thursday, the fourth clue has dropped, and we talked a little bit about, my feeling on that and trick-or-treating and doing makeup probably about 4 times this weekend for a little black kitty. Friday night was planned for me to go to the knitting night at Three Loves. My husband sent me a message in the afternoon and said he had made other plans through work. So I didn't get to go to Three Loves, so I made up for it on Saturday. And I got quite a bit done. I feel okay with where I'm at with this last and final clue. I do want this clue wrapped up probably by the end of the day on Monday, November 1st. Today it is October 31st at about 11:15 at night. I wanted to do my best to get through this weekend, get as much knitting done on the final clue as I could. And today being Halloween, I needed to do the trick-or-treating thing, and I got to go visit with some friends and knit. And I have been able to really, it's just been a wonderful week. Thursday with Mandy at Mouse's Makes, I got to show off my finished socks. I did the socks for Mandy's sock along that she was running for September and October, and it felt really great to have those finished. Friday was crazy. Saturday, I did get to knit. Sunday, today, was trick-or-treating and knitting with friends. But so I have spent this last little bit editing this Vlogtober video together so that I could get as much of Clue 4 wrapped up and get the most out of October vlog. So I am going to put in a picture of my progress at this point. I am truly hoping to have this shawl finished by my regular scheduled episode on Karma's a Stitch this Thursday. So if you're interested in seeing it completed, I'm really hoping to have that done by Thursday of this upcoming week. Erica, the owner of Three Loves Yarn Shop, does have a blocking service. And so I talked to her a little bit when I was there on Saturday about potentially blocking this for me. I really need to talk further with her about that service. And another friend in our knitting group apparently feels strongly about some ends being woven in on my Mohairino medley, and she offered several weeks ago to weave them in. And she was at the knitting group tonight and asked if by chance I had it with me, because she really doesn't mind doing it and would do that for me. So I am hoping to be able to maybe have that with me the next time I see her so I can hand it off to her. I may or may not try to have that one blocked as well before the ends get woven. We'll see how it works out. So you guys, I have really enjoyed doing this Vlogtober. I will be doing Vlogmas in December, and I will talk more about that this Thursday. So enjoy the progress pictures I'm getting ready to include. I've enjoyed it. It's such a fun project. I've really enjoyed making it every step of the way. And I will be talking in great length this Thursday about each of the clues and how I feel about the final product. So I hope you're all well and feeling great and safe and healthy. See you soon.